and his misalignment with 40 pounds is related? I have no clue. All I know from an energetic point of view is that kills him, okay? And 40 pounds off kills him. And if I can take him and move people better, like that vocal cord guy and the migraine lady and the TN people that I see, and the lady from Trinidad that came in with fibromyalgia on Monday, and the guy that flew in from Nicaragua last week, a minister that has trigeminal neuralgia, okay? When you start looking at these things beyond just the 2 dimensions, but into 3 dimensions and into tension lines, and start understanding how to release that person, you start looking at multiple combinations and patterns like this. And what this is the way that the body, the bow, the neck, the head, and what they do, and you can start looking at, these are people's patterns as they lay on the table, right and left, and you can see how complicated they are. Look at this person laying here on the table. Yeah. So if we start looking at the relationships and the 3 dimensions of people, guess what? This becomes very, very simple to understand the biomechanics on how to take care of somebody. And again, is it perfect? No. Is it unbelievable? Yes. Is it a fantastic step for our business? Heck yeah, it is. But it's just a step into that doorway. I want to make sure you hear that. I don't have any answers. I only have more questions. Okay? But when you start looking at somebody like this, okay, this is what this pattern, a right pattern, this is that bow, neck, and head with the right side up. That's what it looks like. Well, what do you do to this one? I do that to this one. I want to open that up. I want to make it straight. What do I want to do from this? Tension is pulling this down, so I need to lift it up. Well, here's the head turning this way and the body and the neck going down. What do you do there? You need to start understanding the relationships 3-dimensionally. And guess what, guys? This is only 2 dimensions of the 4 sections. What about the sagittal plane? We've got that too. That's freaking cool. And once we got the sagittal plane, the miracles started popping open because we actually understand the 3-dimensional key. It wasn't the sagittal plane that made the difference. It was that the sagittal plane is just as important as the frontal and the transverse plane. And we don't address that. We think we addressed it by the Z, you know, the angle of our arms. We're not addressing it that way. And torque, we think we're addressing it by torque. We're not doing it either. Okay. So now, here is this lady. This is what she looks like. I sketched her, okay? And took a picture. That's what she looks like when she lays right or left. And can you look at this, that the way that if we come in at certain areas, we can make things worse, we can make things better. And if we understand this 3-dimensionally, guess what's going to happen? We're going to do a whole lot better. Yep. You could see that, yeah? Yeah. Okay. So, chiropractic has been working for a long time. I had a question from Roy, and he said to me, he says, Dr. Friedman, how come this toggle guy is showing some postural changes when he touches them here? I said, okay, here's this, okay? And when I put pressure in here, I could pop that out from there. Okay, because the body's a balloon, and everybody has been pushing on the balloon. Yes? And everybody's been pushing into this balloon. Do you follow what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody's been pushing on the balloon. The upper cervical people, because they've been looking at the 2 sections, have been looking at the balloon the best, okay? Because they've been measuring stuff. They have an algorithm. They have a patient placement. But we're expanding that to better release points vitalistically in the tensegrity model, and this is why people have been helping people. Okay. So the purpose of universal intelligence, just give me 5 minutes, please. I just want to wrap this up. Guys, the purpose of universal intelligence is very, very simple. It's to perpetuate growth. That's all it is. We are supposed to grow. We are supposed to move. We are supposed to change. And you know what? You can't stop that. Look, it's everywhere, okay? And we need to get on that train, okay? Because we have a possibility to affect the most devastating thing on the planet, and that is the body subluxation, and that postural stress, and the nervous system stress, and the lack of blood and oxygen. We have that, but we have to be able to step beyond the obstacles of this religiousness that we have. And believe me, I am the straightest freaking chiropractor you know. I am a green book guy. I love chiropractic. I live that non-interference life, okay? But I know that structural stress on that is horrendous. And imagine what we can do. Just imagine what we can do if we can actually look at that 3-dimensionally, understand it better, and correct that. Just imagine that. Imagine, we're doing it already, the great results that we get. But we're not paying attention. Foot levelers, functional neurology. And by the way, guys, my daughter is totally into functional neurology. Okay, I love functional neurology. I love foot levelers. Okay, but you got to be able to do the structure first. There is a rule: structure dictates function. Function does not dictate structure. Nobody can tell me that. You can't prove that. Structure dictates function. Go punch a hole in your heart and see how it works. And we are the guys that do that. We are the structural engineers. Okay? Chiropractic is amazing. Okay? It's an amazing system. It's a system that looks at this and says, we want to create a non-interference life. Okay? And in my office, like I said, I have my dogs. I do care plans in my office that are specific to people, that I have a conversation with them. I run a cash practice only. I resonate in my place of non-interference. I allow people to come in and explain three-dimensionally how they're having trouble. I just don't say something to them that isn't there, okay? So the human body is a waveform. It's three-dimensional. It is not a bone out of place. It is 207 bones out of place. And we have no idea where the cause is. But we can actually look at this, we can measure it, we could come with a place from a tension point of view, because that's what's holding it there, and release it, and release the bones, release the nervous system, release the blood and oxygen better, release the congestion. And we are doing that by stepping forward and honoring universal intelligence and innate intelligence by the growth that we want. So I invite you if you'd like, okay? We have a conference in Atlanta. It's April 15th to the 17th. Come if you'd like. Love to have you, and be part of something that is trying to step forward. The only thing that we stand for in Qsm3 is very simple. Is tomorrow is another day to learn something else. It's very simple, and it's a phenomenal thing. It's a great thing. Okay, and we make plenty of errors. It's okay. I like making those errors. Okay. Questions? Yes. And again, this is not a PMD, but it's going to work good enough. Okay. So hop on up there. Okay. So just start looking at her as a person. You want to know?
I'm a real person.
So she's heavy on the right by 2 pounds. So we're gonna just mark that as right, and then we're gonna put 2 right there. And then we're gonna get a leg length. So if we come down here, we get the leg length before we get ahead of ourselves.
Is there any specific way you do this?
Yeah, there's a very specific way. The way she just laid down. So I just want to come in here and take out inversion, eversion, dorsiflexion, kind of get them as even as possible, then line up kind of like where the welt of the shoe comes together, similar to like activator. And so on her, I see a left by about a quarter. So we'll mark that up too. And then we're gonna go ahead and look at her rotation, and we're gonna whisk the rotation on the right side, which is the heavyweight side. So we'll do it from the back.
Okay, so she has a left short leg with right weight. That's not normal. That's not healthy. She should have a left short leg with left weight. So that's biomechanical gland sound. We call this a jam pattern. And you see how she has that right shoulder and the right neck and the right head tilt?
I know. Maybe the way I read them, how about that?
Yeah, that's possible, yeah. So she's got a right posterior pelvis right here. And then if we come here to the shoulders, she's got a right posterior shoulder as well. So they're on the same plane, they're co-planar.
What do you think about that? You see it? Pretty simple, right? So what she's done is she's had a left short leg, her body compensated to the right, and then at some point, why did it go over here? Somebody, what do you think? Why? Why is the body out of balance? Her pelvis is, her head is not on top of her pelvis. She's got a left short leg. She's come up to center, and why didn't she stay there? Why is she standing here like this? No, the body's not stupid. The body's smart. It only does perfect.
She's doing it herself.
No, she's not doing it.
Yep.
She's doing
that's
it.
right.
No.
She's something really
She's had multiple traumas.
What?
She's had more traumas, and obviously we've all had multiple traumas, but she's had trauma that's damaged this thing, right? It's not on center. Okay, fair? No?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get her adjusted. So what we're gonna do is, she's a right.
Yes, she is.
Again, I have a machine that does that stuff. She's right. Okay, so we have an algorithm that says start with the bow side down. So we're going to start her left side up, okay? And on the left side, she's anterior shoulder, anterior pelvis, and the way we do this is I end on the side of the weight, which is the right side. Don't worry about this, okay? I have to worry about this. Okay, this is what we want to see though. Okay, so let's go left side up.
Wait, did you say left side up?
Yeah, left side up. The other left. Okay, so let's just talk about this for just a moment. Her neck and head,
Non-diagnostic?
her neck and head are tilting where? With this, it's tilting right. Is that up or down?
Down.
It's down, right? So the head and the neck are sitting down, all right? So that's number one. Where would be a good place? Should I push this there? No. Here would do what to the neck? Push that there. I'm gonna come in down in this place here, okay? That's gonna allow that. That's number one. Remember, I also told you that we need to decompress, right? We need to decompress. There's two types of compression that the body goes through. The body goes off center, and this is the first compression. You see that compression there? That's the bow. This is compressed on this side, but it's leaning. This is the way the body responds. That compensation causes a compression because it bends. And bending creates a shortening. And then what happens over time? What does grandma say? Does she get taller or shorter? Grandma gets shorter. So we have a vertical collapse. So we have a vertical collapse, and so we have like a micro collapse vertically, and we have a macro collapse of this big bow. All right? So imagine that she's a big rubber band all the way around here. Okay? And from a tension model, not an articular model, when I push here, what does this part of the telephone line come? Which way does it come? Comes up, right? When I push here, if this was a line and I pushed here, it would do that. Is that good if I want to decompress her? It's awesome, right? What does this do when I push here to the other side? Pulls it up this way, right? You follow me? Pulls this way. So if she's a circle of tension and I push here, the top side comes this way, the bottom side comes this way. So that's one of the great things about the upper cervical area is that we're always decompressing the person no matter where we are. We may just be messing up the neck and the head, okay? Based on this or this or this or this and that kind of stuff, okay? So I'm gonna choose C5 down here, and she is anterior on both of those. So what I'm gonna do is have her put an arch in her back, lift her chin. Why? Because she's falling forward. Everybody in the sagittal plane needs that. She's going to do this. I'm going to push her back here and here. So that's loading up the mirror image. Okay? So I've sagittally created tension. I've anterior and anterior. I've pushed them posterior. All right? I've picked a release point that's right here, and look what's popping up at me. Anybody want to feel that? Yeah, it's a tension line. Okay, you didn't like that? You're gonna like this then either. All right, just let me connect here. Good. My hands are sweaty enough, you kidding me? Okay, Joe knows all my secrets. Oh, my hands are like steel. You guys can come down here. So you'll know when it starts moving, you'll hear it move. And I'll explain what that is when I'm done. I just got to get warmed up. Allow me 5 minutes. Just start touching.